Hey everybody, it's Tim again. Today I have another non-book video for you. It's just another fun thing going on in my life that is kind of related to the fantasy realm, so I hope you find it interesting. About a year ago, I picked up a copy of one of my favorite games from when I was a kid, Hero Quest. It came out in 1989. I played it, a little bit in middle school. Two of my friends had it, but I never had a copy myself, and kind of just forgot about it for years. Never really thought much of it. I would find a copy here and there at yard sales, but the box was always destroyed or game pieces were missing, and it was never really worth picking up. But about a year ago, I got a copy from my friend Jay, which was like pristine condition, 30 years old, had probably sat in his mom's basement or something, and now it's here. So I'm excited. So it's been down in our game room for about like a year now, just kind of sitting there waiting, because I bought it with the intention of playing with my son when he gets older. But he was only 3 at the time. He's 4 now, and he's obviously too young to play it. It requires reading and basic math and counting dice and stuff like that. So, but he found it one day. He saw it sitting there, and he was instantly intrigued by the orcs and goblins and swords and everything like that. He loves these things because I'm raising a proper nerd. So I had to appease him somehow. He wants to keep playing, but the rules are too complicated. It's too long. He can't sit still for that long. We need the 20-minute game or less, with no complexity. So scrambling. We're in the middle of a pandemic right now. Depending on when you're watching this video, I had to come up with some way to play with him that he would be able to handle the rules and it would still be fun. He can't lose. He's only 4, and not get discouraged by it. So I'm gonna bring it out of the game room now. I'm gonna show you these sort of like simplified rules that I made that are basically just guaranteed to win. You can't lose. Super simple, and the whole goal behind this is just to spend time with my son and teach him to count. Every time he rolls the dice for both of us, we count out how many are on there, and it's helping at least count to 12 every single time. So yeah, let's go downstairs and I'll give you a quick overview of what we did. The name of the game is Simplicity. So what I try to do with my son is set up a fairly small board. So as you can see, start off in a corner. I built some doors going around. I put blocks in there so we can minimize how far we're going to move around. If there's one thing I've learned, is that he hates rolling to move. These are his worst enemies. What he likes to do is combat only. So we try to minimize how much we move around. And if you want to keep him entertained, you let him put the guys down. You can see he loves to have his Chaos Warriors together. He groups together goblins and orcs. He loves himself some good skeletons and mummies. Halloween is his favorite time of the year. He's got some zombies in there. And then we get the gargoyle being protected by some of his chaos brethren. Yeah, so keep it small, minimum, not a lot of distractions. Character sheets, descriptions, he likes to kind of look at the pictures, but don't need it. All these cards, he can't read yet. He can only understand basic alphabet stuff and basic words. Gone. If you try to tell him what to do, he's not going to want it. So don't pick your own character. Let him pick one for you. My son loves the barbarian. I usually get sort of my choice after that. I like dwarf or the wizard. Elf is fun, but he loves the elf. So I always end up playing as the elf. Elf barbarian, that's what we do. As you can see, we are kind of playing before. Focus isn't working, sorry about that. So we started off here, made our way through, and this is where we left off tonight. So come morning, I'm ready to jump in through this door and go kill me some zombies. To keep it even simpler, we have minimized how we do combat. Let me grab those dice. All right, so for combat, I try to keep it nice and simple. Every hero, regardless of what your characteristics are and what you do, to battle anybody, you get 3 combat dice. That's it. And the enemies, they all roll 2. And to keep it even simpler, skulls mean you hit, and regardless of the shield type, shield means that you blocked. There's no sense trying to get too complex here. So if I want to kill somebody, and I am my elf, I'm going to roll 3, and I got 2 skulls. That means I killed them. If I only got 1 skull, and they got 2 shields, that means they blocked. The bad guys, as he loves to call them all, they get to roll 2. So right there, he only got 1 hit on me. He would have to get 2 to kill me. Try to make it fair. Everybody gets 3 attacking. The bad guys get 2. There's a good chance that you're going to kill them. If they die, we pull them from the board. We go through and clear our room. If I am inside and I get hit with 2 skulls, I go outside the room. That's it. I'm not dealing with body points. I'm not dealing with going back to the beginning. I'm not writing anything on my character sheets. No, simple, straightforward, and we play until we clear out the dungeon. And when we clear it out, we set it back up again, and we keep playing that day. He has a blast. I love watching him nerd out with me. Everybody has a good time. So, yeah, I mean, this is about as simple as you can get to getting your kid into playing a, kind of easy role-playing game. Fantasy, teach them about skeletons, zombies, orcs, goblins, all the good stuff. And there's, not really too much gore. I think the entire board has, like, 1 instance of blood on it. Like I said, when we get the shields on the combat dice, that means the guy blocked your sword with his sword, and that's it. And if there's a closed door, that means you have to roll your 3 dice, and as long as you get 1 skull, that means you kick the door in, and then you get to walk through. Try not to overcomplicate it. Kid loves it. We have a good time playing. As he gets older, I'll probably start introducing different elements of the cards, artifacts, treasures, different spells you can cast. Basically once he starts reading, we'll pull the cards into play more. But until then, this is kind of what we're going to play. He has a good time, and I have a good time playing, and my wife loves it. And, what we do is we teach him to count. So every time one of us rolls, we drop it down, and, I say, all right, how many did you get total? And he counts out the dots, and he says, oh, I get to move 8. And then I roll, and, he counts it out, and, oh, that's 9. I get to move 9, Daddy. And, I'm teaching him math, and, we're getting something productive and fun out of it. So, yeah, that's about it. Nice and simple, easy way to play with a 4-year-old. So, I hope you thought that was as fun as I did. Like I said, again, it's your request. Maybe you had a copy when you were a kid. Maybe you can find a copy at the yard sale or whatever. I know from now on, if I ever find a copy, even if it's beat up, I'm going to grab it just so I can get the extra minifigures and more character sheets or something like that. So, and just add it to the collection. But yeah, so we're going to play the simplified version for a little bit. And as he gets older and, we can start reading better and read the long cards and have more patience to sit still for a long time, then we're going to, play probably a harder version, and eventually we'll play the actual real rules. They say it's 10 plus. I have to imagine we'll play a little bit younger than that, maybe 8 or 9. I can really kind of get them to play the full game and actually sit still for, like an hour long or whatever. But yeah, so I'm excited. We're having fun. We play like twice a day, especially on rainy, snowy days. It's the winter right now. And I look forward to really diving in and seeing how he enjoys it. It's a game that I love playing as a kid, and I hope to pass along these kind of things to my son. So if you liked what you saw, hit like below, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I promise things will go back to books if gaming isn't your thing. And either way, I look forward to talking to you next time. All right, have a good night.